welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Hello and happy Wednesday. Here we go, y'all. Get ready for a little bit of heat. Gonna be get a little bit warmer, but then it looks like it might be dropping back down again a bit.
What the hell?
Yeah, coming up. Look like Monday maybe a high of 79, then Tuesday like 80. So we're gonna hit I think about 94 on Sunday. It's gonna be crazy hot by the end of the weekend.
I do remember a few years, only because it's my birthday month, that we've been in May and the weather wasn't awful. There was a little bit of a cool streak, and that seems like a newer thing.
Yeah, it's special because I can always remember like Sunfest being gross and sweaty, and this coming up used to be Sunfest weekend.
But it is the last one of the year until we get into the fall. The May cool, if we do get that, you're not going to get nothing else.
No.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's it. But we've had a wonderful winter. It's been great. I've enjoyed every little bit of it. Get ready for the heat, okay? It coming.
Hadn't been that bad.
No, it hasn't.
It really had not been a bad winter for us.
Yeah, it's all good. So we shall see, though. But, yeah, this weekend, I think, kind of like marks the cusp. Things start to turn. Going to be hot for that F1 race in Miami. And you're out there in the sun for a lot of it, unless you've got those swanky VIP tickets at like $10K a piece.
The covered area.
Yeah, it's insane what they charge. That might be the most expensive event that we have in South Florida. I think probably this year it's going to be that and World Cup.
Wow.
I guess.
And what's this one you're talking about? This is a
Formula One race. It's the Miami Grand Prix.
Oh, it's cars.
It's cars.
Yeah.
Fast.
Yeah.
My neighbor goes down there and paints like big giant murals for them every
that's
year.
cool.
They hire him to do these fabulous murals.
It's not a bad gig.
No, he's really good.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Does he get a free ticket for that?
Great question. I'm sure he does.
Are those the neighbors that are right next door?
No, different neighbors. These are down the way a little bit.
The neighbors you have next door, the older couple, I love them.
Patty and Michael.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're awesome. They party. They're fun. They love to go out and have a good time.
I don't mean to say older couple. That was rude.
No, they're retired. Mm-hmm. Down the street, my neighbor's, his name's Bulk Styles. That's the name he goes by.
I thought that was his real name.
No, Bulk Styles on Instagram. And he does like huge, beautiful murals. And he is super talented.
That's a great name.
Yeah.
I could see that being a boxer in a Rocky movie. You're fighting Bulk Styles.
That's what he sounds like.
That's what Rocky sounds like when he finds out he's fighting Bulk Styles.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of comments, stuff that happened on the regular show today. One, Jbird was telling a story about a buddy of his that got arrested because he punched a dude in the face and grabbed his wife's butt. And one text said, "My husband is a big alpha guy and a cop. For one, when hearing this story, he said the cops should have handled it better by telling the guy who got punched, saying, well, if we arrest him for assault, we're also going to be pushing them to press charges for sexual assault. So do you still want to go forward with this? Because you're going to get hit with the charge most likely as well." So most of the time, these charges then get dropped. When cops wind up in that situation, that's how they typically handle it, where they say, you know what? Yeah, you can't go off and hit somebody in the face, but at the same time, there might be a situation where it's justified, and this might be one of those cases.
Amen.
And she said, and my husband would knock that guy out and happily accept the consequences.
Exactly. My friend's bummed out that he had to do all the jail stuff. But again, he said, look, what am I going to do? Let some fucking creepo grab my wife's ass in front of me?
Not today.
Hell no. He said, I couldn't live with myself.
Mm-hmm. And somebody else had kind of a legal situation that they were texting in about. They've got a business, and they said that the fire inspector came in and was not that nice with them and kind of hassling, haggling, and throwing these crazy fines at them and stuff like that just really, they were very nitpicky and almost like trying to find issues. And they said, like, what do you do if you get a fire inspector like that? Is there somebody that you can talk to, go over their head? Can you get another fire inspector? I said, I don't really know, but I can ask. I mean, I don't know how that works. And look, sometimes that stuff happens where you just have an inspector for whatever thing, and businesses are greatly controlled by that. Restaurants too. Health inspectors come in and, you know, they're doing their job, but, you know, sometimes you have somebody that can be a little too militant, not nice, and cause a lot of problems. So,
were you up to code too? I mean, is he just pointing out things that you were deficient in?
yeah, for instance, it's just something they thought was kind of silly. Like they had got something set up and somebody else said it was going to be okay, but then this one particular fire inspector came in and said, oh, yeah, no, you're going to have to rip all that out. Be like, the other guy said it was okay. And so it's, you know, you get almost a different ruling from one to the next.
Oh, that's messy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know how you do that. How you be, hey, you send the other cool guy back? Yeah. So Yasik said, yeah, you can call the municipality. So, you know, maybe that's it with a given city. But do you have to know somebody, or how far would that go if you just call and be like, yeah, I didn't really like your inspector?
What if the inspector is the one that answers the phone? Hello?
Right. Yeah, no, exactly. You might have that. And then also, too, you know, what if they were the ones that was right and you get the other inspector in trouble that was like, yeah, it's not a big deal.
True.
Yeah. So I don't know how you do that. So I said, yeah, they have a boss or they can send a different inspector. So, all right, something to look at. There's your answer for that. Now we got Luis here. He sent a couple emails because he was so passionate about this. We were talking about guys using umbrellas. And he said, oh, okay, really, Virginia? Is that what you're going to be applying and truly practicing by telling your own son, Rocco, that he shouldn't be using an umbrella because it's just not so manly? Or Jbird, God forbid you and your honey face get a little Jason dude. Are you also going to go through that silly ass act of telling little son of yours, hey, if you're going to be using that umbrella, son, you best be dancing and spinning the umbrella like the guys Gene Kelly and Fred Astaire did?
Jeez, my gosh, I was making a fucking joke. If you really think I'm that passionate about umbrellas, hey, you don't know me.
Right.
If you love umbrellas, I don't give a shit.
I was just surprised that some people would be judgmental of somebody that was carrying an umbrella, because I don't care. I ain't getting wet. I'm carrying an umbrella, and you can say what you want to say about me.
If you're a dude in a group, though, and there's girls without an umbrella, you have to give your umbrella to the girl as a dude.
It's a great move. It really is. I don't like umbrellas, honestly, because I'm not. It's user error. I usually fuck up the umbrella.
You get that bitch ass grip.
It gets jammed, and it does the thing where it actually kind of inverts.
Splinters.
Yeah, it makes a cup for the water. I just don't like it. I'm not good.
Yeah. Now we were talking a bit yesterday about whether or not a dad was a jerk for refusing to pay for his daughter's college after she changed her major without conferring with him. And he said, yeah, I ain't going to pay for that. And got HG here who said, yeah, I love listening to you guys in the morning. Something similar happened to me when I was in college. I went through 3 years of architecture college and decided to switch to business. Now, if you don't know, that career is very expensive. I told my mom first, and she said that I had to talk to my dad, and I did. He was upset with all the money he'd wasted for 3 years. He said, look, you can change majors, but you're now going to pay your own way through college. And, you know, that was the best thing he ever did for me. It showed me responsibility by getting a job and using that money for school. It made me grow up and to see how life really is. So thank you, Dad. Tough love does work.
Okay.
Yeah, them business schools are expensive. That's where I racked up so much debt. I was playing baseball at a business school. I was only there to play baseball, and I didn't play because I rode the fucking bench. Great move on my end.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, thousands and thousands upon thousands of dollars, and it wasn't even... It wasn't worth it. It was so much money, never got a degree, and it was business management.
Yeah.
That's what my major was.
Well, at least you're using it today.
Yeah.
That's right. I went back to FAU and went right back to communications.
Yeah. I think I would imagine a majority of people don't wind up doing the career they go to college for. I would not be surprised with that number.
If I could do it again, I would have never chose communications, because you had a really good point. if you're gonna get in communications, you're gonna learn all that, all the
Right.
technical stuff on the job. You need something to talk about, something you're interested in.
Yeah.
That's what you get paid for.
Yeah. In fact, I would almost discourage anybody who wants to go into media to go to college because I think you're going to spend money you don't need to. And I think you're going to waste time that you shouldn't. I would get right to creating your content and learning your craft.
You'll learn doing the gig. That's your best experience.
Yeah. And now I know a lot of people are getting hired based on the audience that they've cultivated themselves. That's a lot of the employment part is let me see your social media, let me see your YouTube channel, let me see what it looks like. And, now a lot of people just go into business for themselves. The freelance market is amazing what you can do. One of my favorite YouTube channels is a dude that just started on his own. Now he gets 4 or 5 million views a video.
That's what Conan O'Brien said. He went to a YouTube studio and they had like 2 people working. He goes, yeah, we got 50 at Conan. Spending all this money. There's all this drama, all this miscommunication. When I get out of here, it's going to be like 2 people.
Right. Yeah, no.
It's me and the guy that helps me.
That's pretty much what it is. I mean, a lot of people do that.
I think that's why a lot of the networks are going to get rid of their late night shows. Because, what was it? I think it was Colbert, 200 people they employed.
200
I think that's the number I heard. I was like, that's insane.
That is completely insane.
And it's not like the numbers are through the fucking roof. I'm not saying they're bad,
Yeah.
but they're not.
But for that, well, I mean, you look at that, like, I think they were getting when it was going well, and I'm sure they're still this high, 3 to 3.5 million was big. And like I said, a guy that I watch on YouTube, it's him and his wife. And he might have like another editor or 2, but it's like 2, 3 people, and you're still getting the same amount of views that they do as one of those late night shows.
Crazy.
There's a dude that I watch. He's got a hamper with clothes spilling out in every video. He's always got like a little stain on his shirt. He's in this one little apartment, and his views are through the fucking roof. You don't need a studio.
What's he talking about?
A lot of times it's pop culture stories.
Oh.
Yeah, no. So that's times have changed. And got a strong opinion here. It says, on the same note of not watching the Michael movie, I strongly feel like if we nitpick everything we consume, we will not consume anything. There is something shady about everybody. I understand that Michael Jackson is being accused of something horrid, but you can't say his music isn't legendary or that Chick-fil-A chicken sauce isn't banging. Sorry, Jbird. I'm tired of going against the grain because everyone wants to be some kind of freedom fighter. If you like the food or the music, just enjoy it.
Well, someone explained it to me too, who their boss got fired for some unsavory things that the boss did, and they tried to shut down the entire company. And there's all these people who work there that had nothing to do with this guy being a pig. Why do they have to then
The boss
suffer?
got fired.
The main person.
That's juicy.
They were going to take the company away and dissolve the company and all that. And people were going, well, just because he sucks doesn't mean I suck.
Right.
And think about that. A Michael Jackson album. Not everyone working on that album is accused of something. There are a lot of people who their blood, sweat, and tears in that. Any album he did. So there's other people to think about.
Yeah. I think when it comes to it, with your own consumption, you make your own choices. And if it doesn't damage, your conscience and you're okay with it, then, you're probably fine with it. I think the only time you got to watch is if you're a business or a stadium or something like that, you'll have to reconsider. I know one of the things that had happened was they used to have that one song, Rock and Roll Part 2, I think it was.
Gary Glitter.
Yeah, and then the Gary Glitter was doing really unspeakable things with kids like in Asia. And people said, we got to stop playing that song. So
It's tough.
right. Yeah, when somebody does something like that or is accused of it.
But he was convicted, though.
Believe so. Yeah, believe so. If I remember that story. It's now maybe 10, 15 years old. But yeah, that song used to be everywhere. Until
You
that
really
story.
don't hear that song too much anymore.
No, because most places are like, we can't take that heat. You can't justify that. He done. Yeah. Well, we got Ashley here. She said, my husband and I were playing old 90s songs on our Alexa show. That's the one that has a screen. And the song Donkey Butt came on. This entire time, I thought it was Donkey. But when I looked at the name on the screen, it said Donkey
Donkey Butt.
It's Donkey Butt, yeah.
Donkey Butt.
I said something to my husband and both of our moms who were over for dinner, and all 4 of us thought the same thing. We have all called it Donkey Butt. Are we the only ones who are realizing it's actually Donkey? I'm curious.
No, this happens a lot.
Donkey.
Yeah.
It's an easy mistake.
I think it is donkey, but they're maybe throwing a little stank on it.
Donkey. Yeah, I think that's how they've changed it. I mean, that's something that you do in rap and hip hop and have for a long time.
Well, in most circles, the donkey is known for having a large butt. He is called an ass.
Okay, yeah.
So, the donkey butt is big,
That's why it's so poetic.
round.
I like hearing you break down rap lyrics. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. I like that channel. And Nina, she said, so I was driving into work at 6 p.m. yesterday, listening to a Taylor Swift song on my own playlist. And when it ended, I started singing your whacked out news song in my head, thinking that's what was coming up next.
You're so used to getting swifted.
That's funny.
That is. Becky said, yeah, you were talking earlier about cars that will have cameras to dissuade anyone who is going to be drinking and driving. And she said, with all the technology we have now, why do we not have safer cars? Cars that protect us from accidents and do not cause or receive damage when in a collision. Or maybe they just don't collide. I don't know how it would work because I'm not that smart, but I did have a rubber Nextel phone back in the day, and that thing was so durable, you could drop it off a roof and it was fine. So come on, smart people, make us safer without giving up our rights.
But a broken car means more money. Someone's making money on a broken car.
You're right.
Yeah, I think we will get to that point, and they do talk about that with cars right now and the accident detection systems that they have, and when they're driving themselves, I'm hoping, barring any kind of glitches or accidents, but I'd like to see a future where everybody's car is driving itself and the car really won't let you crash.
Yeah, my car won't let me because I tried. I was backing out of my driveway the other day and there was a car coming and I didn't see it. My car stopped for me and wouldn't let me go. And I was like, oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, I was watching this video. It was all these people in China driving these cars with no driver. And
oh, wow.
It's insane. They are, it goes on a lot over there. And it seems to be kind of working out. They showed the one girl get in the car, and it is bizarre. You have to hit a button. If something goes wrong or someone cuts you off or something and you're stuck, you hit a button. I guess somebody comes next to you and helps you out or something.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
It's at one of them smart cities.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where everything is just smart and lit up and technical.
Rocco would love it. My son is so into smart everything.
Yeah. Was that the video you'd sent me on China? Yeah.
I've probably sent you a few of those. I've been watching a lot of the tech stuff and just where the robots are going and what they're looking like. And holy fuck, they're pretty damn good.
Right. Yeah, they are. Yeah, you're starting to see more and more of that kind of stuff.
It's weird that there's people I talk to that when I try to say the robots are coming, they're like, shut the fuck up, dude. Get over it. You're making this crazy thing in your head. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. I want to be wrong. I'm just looking at some of these robots and what they can do.
Yeah. No, that's pretty amazing. And, it's pretty unreal what China's doing with some of their cities. I mean, that's what they had showed. Was it Shenzhen, I think, maybe? And what it looked like maybe 30, 40 years ago, just kind of a rundown, dilapidated town. And now it's very modern. It's unreal. I mean, I don't know of any, even like New York City doesn't jump out to me as being that high tech. The guy was buying things and he would just wave his palm and he didn't have any kind of chip in his hand or anything. It would just read your palm and you would pay for your stuff that way.
Oh, it reads like your palm print?
You could leave your wallet and phone behind and everything.
Which you always do.
Yeah, exactly. For a person like me, I'm like, oh shit, well, I got my hand.
Palm print Pennington.
And that was a big part of the video. Well, if you're a person that's forgetful, you really can't leave your hand behind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, I wonder what it would be like to live in China. What we think of the most is probably the suppressive government where you don't get to make some of your own decisions, maybe you don't have the freedom of religion and some of all those things. And so I kind of wonder if you are Chinese, does that phase you or you're like, no, life's pretty good here, man. We love living in China. We're okay even with our government.
They love using drones. You could be at the park somewhere. Yeah. They have these food kiosks and you go over there and hit your button, basically do your hand thing. And then 10 minutes later, a drone finds you and drops off the food.
Wow.
Yeah. It kind of like drops it at the kiosk.
Yeah,
and
that's
on
where
top
it does.
Of the kiosk and then it comes down. Whatever the shoot was, the guy got a burger or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's pretty fucking crazy.
Pretty wild. Now, Mandy, she said, all we hear about is the gas prices going up because of the war in Iran. If 20% of oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz, where is the other 80%, and why can't we tap into that? Yeah, I mean, that's a great question that I don't know if this show is the right place to answer it, but
let's get into some geopolitics.
Kevin might know, but me and Jason can't help you, hon.
it really just has to do with everything's kind of tied together. So
I ran far from this conversation.
yeah, I'll pretty much leave it at that. Yeah, so I mean, global prices, the fear of disruption, all that kind of stuff affects prices. So that's what we're dealing with. And I think Europe is really dependent upon the oil. And so that's retroactively. It's like a chain reaction. So we see all that. Got a question here. Do any of you remember your worst date ever and what happened? That is from Jeremy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know Bird's had some classics. What would you say is your worst? Because I know you've got a couple of stories.
The one where the girl got arrested was pretty fucked up because I didn't know what was going on. And I ended up meeting her. I got dropped off. It was one of those things where she was out and about and I was out and about and we decided to meet each other. So my friend dropped me off and she had her car and I got in her car and I'm going, something don't feel right. And then she made this big erratic U-turn and the next thing I know, the police are pulling her over and she's in cuffs. She had a warrant out for her arrest.
It's juicy.
It was fucking juicy. I'd end up walking home.
That's impressive. That's a good one.
But still not my worst date because I thought she was good looking. The worst was a blind date. And it was my buddy and a girl who he liked. And she brought her friend along. And I was not at all feeling her friend. But she was feeling me. And she kept on trying to come on to me. And she would start biting on my shirt.
Biting?
Yes. And I was trying not to make her feel bad. And I would like, oh, look, there's the moon. I'd like stand up because we're at the beach. And I finally got with my friend because he took his girl down the beach. And I'm on the other side of the beach.
Oh, she wanted you to take her down the beach too.
And I'm by myself, no car. They drove as a group, so I'm along the ride. So I have nowhere to go, and it's just me and this girl. And she kept on trying to like hold my hand. I'd like move my hand. I'm like, no, I don't move that fast. But she wouldn't listen.
I don't move that fast.
Yeah, which is a lie.
Yeah.
Because if I was into her, I would go for it. Yeah. And so I finally get a hold. They take a break, I guess, from rounding third base, and I finally get him. And this is when I didn't drink either. I wasn't a big drinker, but my buddy was drinking, and I'm going, "Hey man, I gotta get the fuck out of here. This girl is she's biting my shirt.
She's biting me, and she's gross."
I go, I'm trying to like, get away from her, but it's just getting weird, man. He's like, "Nah, man, sorry, I'm about to get some." I go, "No, I think I'm getting laid." And so he said, "Fuck it." He took the girl back down to the beach, and they had sex, and I was with the one girl trying to bite me the whole time. He didn't give a fuck. He's like, "Sorry, dude, I don't figure it out."
Yeah, muzzle for that girl.
She was on you like a Rottweiler.
She was. I even said, "All right, can we slow it down?" She didn't slow it down.
Damn.
She kept. I remember I was in the front seat of her car.
Yeah.
And she kept on trying to grab my hand, and I kept going like that. It was fucking weird, man.
Wow.
It was weird.
That is pretty intense.
I definitely was not into it. I let her know I wasn't into it, and she wouldn't stop. And it was awful.
Well, your fault. You're just too irresistible.
I knew you were going to say that shit. And believe me, I had man titties at the time. I wasn't looking the best.
She wanted to bite them titties.
Made her hungry.
She wanted to bite some titties, and I didn't want gravy to come out.
What about you, Virginia? Your worst?
Oh man, I mean, I've had some rough ones, but probably the worst was, when I showed up to meet that guy and he called himself Prince William.
Is this wolf shirt guy?
Yeah, he showed up in a wolf shirt with really bad back hair protruding out the back of the wolf shirt.
Mm-hmm.
If that's your worst date, though, you got off easy.
It was pretty bad. I mean, he was horrific.
What, his personality or just
all of it? The personality was non-existent. The conversation was awkward and uncomfortable. And he looked like a troll from under the bridge.
Was that a blind date or how did you even get on that?
Match.com. And he had a profile picture that looked nothing like him.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, dude.
That is a fucked up thing. You got to do an updated profile pic, even if it's shitty. You got to show the people out there what you look like now.
Right.
I think that's fair.
Show us that you got back hair 3 inches long.
If you're 43 and you're throwing up a 27-year-old picture from back in the day, that's not good. That's the wrong way of doing it.
And if you call yourself Prince William and you look like the frog, we have a problem.
Yeah, he kind of set himself up. I mean, if you kind of look like that, come on, man.
Did you kiss him at all?
No.
No tongue or nothing?
Oh, no.
No smooches from Prince William.
We did not get to that stage. At dinner, I was like, oh, I don't feel good. I have like really bad intestinal problems.
Did you say that?
Oh, yeah.
You said intestinal?
Oh, yeah.
You were trying to
that's
turn him
rough.
off.
I wanted to make it clear that I felt I was going to shit myself before dessert.
And you left, then you run back into him?
Yeah, I left, ditched him, and then me and my girlfriend were out partying on Bourbon Street because that's where we met, at a restaurant on Bourbon Street.
Okay.
And me and my girlfriend ran back into him, and I was like, oh, I feel better.
Cleared up. Yeah. So I hit the town.
Dating's weird, man.
Dating is weird.
If you don't know the person and it's brand new, blind dates are fucking terrible. Terrible.
Yeah. My worst was I had been talking to a girl and didn't realize till I showed up at her house that she really was looking to get married, I think, after that date. One thing was she didn't tell me she had a kid, which that would have been fine, but I found out when I sat down and this kid jumped on my back. I'm like, what the hell is going on? I'm like, where'd this kid come from? She's like, oh, say hello to little Billy or whatever his name. I'm like, oh, okay.
Hey, little Billy.
Yeah, she's like, and he's going to go on the date with us. I was like, oh, okay, that's fun.
It's just left field, lady.
And then when we were leaving, she's like, okay, I need you to go here. And she's giving me directions. And we're driving out in the middle of nowhere. This is Fresno, California. It's very dark when you get out there. It's like a desert. And so you're driving and there's no lights, nothing. I'm like, yeah, where are we going? She's like, well, if I'm going to get serious with the guy, they got to meet my dad. I was like, what?
This is date one.
Date one. We drove like 45 minutes one direction. And I then sit with her dad as I'm getting grilled. He's sitting in his old man armchair and I'm in the next thing. And her and little Billy are off playing. And this guy's, giving me the riot act. I'm like, look, man, I don't know what you know about this. This is a first date. I don't know.
What did he say to that?
He was just like,
cleaning my gun. Hold on, son.
He was like, well, if you're going to be around my grandson, I want to make sure that I'm like, that's a lot.
I really didn't even know about your grandson until 20 minutes ago.
Right.
How did you meet her?
I don't even remember how we started talking. Maybe a friend had set us up, so I don't even know how we got to that point. I just only had the memory of showing up at her house and little Billy jumping on my back and like, hey, what the heck is going on?
Yeah. Unannounced kids. I get you want to wait a couple dates to tell me about the kids, but don't let me find out when the kid jumps on top of me.
Right. Yeah, I could not wait to get home, man. That was rough.
You probably walked in your house and were like, what the fuck was that?
What just happened? Yeah, wild. Yeah, needless to say, and she kept trying to show up at my house and stuff like that. I was like,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm like, I can't do this.
I can't, girl.
No,
you are too much too soon.
Yeah, I am not ready for this. So yeah, Jeremy, those were all of our worst dates.
That's one of many, by the way.
Yes. And somebody said, I know you guys were talking about getting engaged in a fast food restaurant. My boyfriend at the time and I were sitting in an Arby's trying to figure out how we could afford to move out on our own when I suggested that maybe we should get married so we could get cash gifts. And he said, okay, let's do it. And he's like, will you marry me? She's like, oh, I don't know. Do we do it here? And
An Arby's?
And I said yes. And we were married 4 months later, been together for 30 years now. So
wow, it worked.
They got the meats and they got the love.
That's it.
It's amazing. 30 years?
Yeah.
Well, that's how you know you guys really love each other.
Right. Exactly. Good for them. Mike said, Bert, I don't know if you've seen this, but they've got a pizza-style dip that is out.
What is that?
It's in Costco.
I got it. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm getting
Pizza style pepperoni dip.
I'm getting the Costco card. I'm very sick of walking around this town as a nobody.
Panda's got one.
He doesn't walk around like a nobody.
And
you can go with Panda for free and make sure you like it before you invest.
Well, I've done that with my friends who have a Costco card, and in the moment I feel like like a U.S. Marshal or something, walking around. And but I want my own badge.
I get it.
And from Catherine, she said, I feel like Jbird is my taste bud doppelganger. My dad loves fast food and melted cheese on everything. Grilled cheese sandwiches are his weakness. And he's a super snacker. I heard Jbird mention that he's giving Trader Joe's a try after years of mocking them. And for my dad's birthday a couple of weeks ago, I made Trader Joe's 5-cheese Greek spiral on an appetizer.
Ooh.
It has flaky layers of phyllo dough wrapped around 5 types of cheese, Gouda and Kasser, semi-hard blue cheese. It's imported from Greece. It's in the freezer section.
I was wrong about Trader Joe's, and I can tell you what happened. I was taking the parking lot issue and blaming the grocery store, and I shouldn't have done that. I was wrong.
That parking lot is a disaster.
It's gotten better, but it's still not completely there. There's just so much going on. In the parking lot I'm talking about by my house off PJ Boulevard, it's a beautiful store, but the parking is a little challenging. I was giving them the shit because of the parking lot. I shouldn't have done that. I like their grocery store. I would argue put a deli in there.
It fits with your personality.
It's got a lot of good
You're
frozen.
a Trader Joe kind of guy. Yeah. A lot of frozen manufactured foods.
I thought they were known to be healthy, though.
No, I think they're just kind of trendy. And I think maybe sometimes you think trendy, healthy, because a lot of healthy things are very trendy.
And you can find healthy stuff there, but the stuff you're looking at is not the healthy stuff. All those frozen foods that are like so filled with crap are not the healthy part of Trader Joe's.
Well, I had 2 sleeves of 2 different types of ice cream sandwiches. I could tell by the way I was eating them. That was not health shit. I go, these are amazing. Huh?
Yeah, right.
They were gone in 2 days.
And Sarah sent us a message. She said, I wanted to shout out an incredible nonprofit that I ran a 5K for on Saturday. It's called Live Like Jake, and it's to raise awareness and funds for swimming scholarships to prevent childhood drownings.
That's so important.
This last year alone in Florida, we had 120 deaths from drowning, which is 120 too many.
Amen.
I know. I wish I would have got taught how to swim properly, because now when I swim, it looks like I'm drowning.
Okay.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. So there she is with some friends. And
Good for
Yeah,
you.
lovely little charity.
That's amazing.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you so much for all of the emails. You can always get them through to us. Go to mail@kvjshow.com. Subscribe, like if you're watching us on YouTube or any platform. Please reciprocate. We'd appreciate it. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.